dropping off. I have a session that will start by 13:50.
Okay.
I'm dropping off, yes. But I do
Yeah,
not
I
want
will
to
do
miss
that, and then
this.
I will send you the link into the WhatsApp group so that people can have a look at it. So again, a warm welcome to everyone, also those who are not here with us today. Our topic is to talk about the ambassador's journey, which means on one side, very practical, where do you find materials to work with, where you can also develop on. So we will have a look on where are these documents so that everyone gets it. We will also have a look on a website called My Making More House. Not sure if you remember that, with a lot of materials. And then I would focus definitely on an idea of a 4 years journey of ambassadors, how this should look. You know, the Kenyan ambassadors were the very first ones I'm working with. Now I have launched it in India. In India, I do it a little different. And now we have to see how we adjust it also in Kenya, and also maybe to give you an idea and to get even your thoughts where you think how this journey could look. At the moment, I think you are happy, you get it. I mean, it's not a payment. It is somehow a financial, yeah, very, very small, I would say, coverage of what you are doing, but it is not really a salary where you can make a life out of it. And my big dream would be that the ambassadors, after 4 years, would be at a point where they can also start to set up their own business ideas and whatever it is. So that we have also movement. And I know this might look different for some of you. Some of you might stay 5 years, or others might also jump off after 3 years. But we have thought a little bit of what could be the steps and what you should think also of developing yourself in a way that it fits the best. Yeah, and that you have also an outcome after it, and not after 4 years or 5 years, for whatever reason. I don't know what will happen, but then I don't want you to be back on the road without nothing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the very first point is just to show you again where we have our main documents and where you will find also the information or the decisions or the new papers we are working on, or also the lists. So what you do, you go to Google. And I redo it. I have done it, but you definitely look for Google, not Google Mail, more Google itself. Oh, maybe I have to share my screen, otherwise you don't see it, which is not the best. If you have a computer in front of you, you might also try it so that you can also do it right now together with me. So in the search function of the internet, you look for Google. Then you open Google. I'm not sure if you have an account, all of you.
I have one.
If you have one, of course, your personal one would appear if you open, for example, Google Kenya. And then you see also if you have uploaded your picture, but you go to the picture or to the placeholder for the picture, and then you click there. And here, if you have already been at the MMH SCN, Making More House, you have to switch from your personal account to this System Changer Network account. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have done that, then you go to where you see here all the dots are, and then you click. Oh, wait, I have something in front, this recording thing. Yeah, oh, wait. So you go to the dots, and then you go to the drive, because we have to go at the end to Google Drive. There's something, because of my company, I have to agree to, which for you is not the biggest thing. And then you will find the Google Drive. And the Google Drive works a little different from other things. So the clusters you might see here are suggested. They are just the last ones you used. So what you have to do, you have to go to this name of the folder area. And here you find several things. For example, the System Changer Network India and Kenya, but I have also given access to the Cultural Exchange Club, which is a huge program you might have heard or be part of it. And I upload sometimes also cultural house projects that we do with social enterprises. So the relevant for you at the moment is a System Changer Network India and Kenya, and I'm not even sure if you see the others, if you are not added, but if you're interested to be added to the others, let me know, then I can send you also the link. However, you click on the System Changer Network India and Kenya, and what is happening then, right, is that you find again some other folders. So one folder called India, obviously for our system change networkers in India, another one on Kenya, and then also one where I put some general presentations which might be interesting for you, for the NGO leaders and so on, in general, not country specific. So now clicking on Kenya, you find here then our materials. You find, for example, the ambassador exchange and ASEAN visits, where hopefully someone, and I have not checked it, if hopefully someone has started to put in where you have been or where you have had exchanges, pictures from our meetings, the logo, the declaration of the NGOs when we, when they all confirmed, all NGOs confirmed to be part of the System Changer Network. And then here in the System Changer manual, this is our handbook, this is our playbook. If you open that, you find a little bit the basic documentation, what we do, how we do it, what are the roles, what are the rules, and so on. So not sure if someone tried it out, but if so, could you find it? Have you been there before, Hieronymus?
Maybe just a suggestion. You see, we personally have not accessed this before, but if possible, maybe you can just share the link so that we can be viewing as viewers in the download. Because
Yes.
if you give us the credentials to also be the editors, maybe one of us may mess with it unknowingly. So if you get the link, we can be accessing it and downloading it as viewers.
Yes, I can also send you maybe a hard, or I can send you a copy of the whole document, but I would definitely also give you the credentials so that you can go back, and because there are many other things as well where you might need access to, or if we continue to work on it, you see also what's happening. So now, oh wait, this is not the one I wanted. Where is it now? I think, oh, sorry. Yeah, and this is the so-called System Changer Manual. And you see a little bit, when did we start, the history, how we set it up, the different roads. And the interesting thing for you, is that we also mention interesting sources in that, not just our vision and goals and how we do that, but for example, you get also the regions, the people, you get here the activities, so it still loads. That's why you don't see everything. Let me just check. Here you see when we started our ambassadors meeting. And for example, here you have also the link that I wanted to share today with you as well, because it might be a good source even for you to learn, but also to teach. And here we will add now in the next step also the documentation on how the ambassador's role should look, the journey of the 4 years. So we have not discussed it and not approved it, let's say, on this NGO level. So we will do it in the next System Change Network meeting with the NGO leaders. But then before doing it, I wanted also to get a little bit your feedback. But before we do this, and I will also share this link later on with you, let's have also a short look at this link, because this might also be interesting. And I know if I just tell you the link, then probably we all forget about it. But maybe if you see a little bit what there, it might be more useful. What it is a source for free, so you can copy it, you can use it for trainings, you can share it with whomever. And we have put together on one side quizzes, different quizzes that you can also do to check your knowledge about it. So we have a quiz here on women health, as you see, several ones on nutrition, an animal health quiz, this is for the farming, interesting, several quizzes, and the albinism quiz, to understand also this issue, the indoor air pollution, and so on. Now, we could do one. Which one should we do, Hieronymus?
We can start with the, okay.
Which one?
Let's do nutrition.
Let's do nutrition. Okay. Nutrition for elderly, nutrition for mothers, nutrition for children. Now let's try with the nutrition for children, for example.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and how you see it now, you can say deworming children every 6 months prevents malnutrition. Yes or no? And then you click, for example, on yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then you do all the questions. Which part of the coconut is good for kids? The water, the meat, the milk, all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I know all the answers, huh? Which of the following is not a reason why growing children should have at least 2 portions of fish per week? That's good. Which of the following is not a reason why growing children should have at least 2 portions of fish? Because fish is rich in proteins, it's a great source of vitamin B12, boost brain development, improve eyesight, provide vitamin C. I think private vitamin C in the fish. I'm not sure. Name some healthy dry fruits that contain iron and vitamins for kids. Though here, for example, you could say, some fruit. Hieronymus, come.
Fruits.
Apple.
Yeah, apple. Grapes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So here we could say grapes. Yeah, exactly. And then you say the next.
Uh-huh.
Okay, these are easily available in Indian villages, but it's more or less the same climate in Kenya. 2 seasonal fruit that are easily available in your villages for kids. Again, you write maybe bananas, and you write what else is easily available for kids.
Strawberries.
Strawberries, yeah, for example. And the next, we run through one of these tests. What are the animal-sourced iron-rich foods? Is it liver, red meat, chicken, fish, all of the above? What do you think?
Yeah.
All of the above, probably.
Yes.
Let's see. The next one. Sweet potato is a super nutritious food for kids. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Name a few protein-rich foods for kids.
Beans.
Beans. Sorry.
Beans, yeah. If someone else is in the line, please also talk. It's not just Hieronymus, the poor one who has to answer.
There is beans. There is, I think, fish.
Fish.
Yeah, here in Kenya there is those small fish called omena, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to spell it now. Okay, let's say we call it beans and fish.
Yes.
Is iodized salt important for children? So with iod in it, is it important or not?
It is.
So when you go
I
and buy
think it's
store,
important.
sometimes you find it with yodo and sometimes you don't have it. So should you with or without?
Sorry.
I think it's important.
It's
It is
important.
important.
Okay, we put it. So which one of these drinks give vitamin C? It's a soda, Coca-Cola, or lemon juice?
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Yeah.
Milk and ragi java. So this is ragi. I think you might have it. It's a kind of wheat, traditional wheat. Every day provide the calcium that children need. So milk, true or false? Does it provide calcium?
I don't know about milk.
Milk and
Mm.
ragi. What is ragi java?
This is a traditional type of wheat farmers have produced for many years, but then they stopped. And so there is a kind of trend now, even in Kenya, to recultivate it because it's really, really healthy. So, okay, we say true, okay, here.
Yeah.
Is mango a super nutritious fruit for kids?
Yes.
Yes. And the last question now, which of these foods give vitamin A, which is important for eyesight? Is it spinach, carrot, pumpkin, or all of them above?
Carrot.
Carrot? Okay. And now you can see the results, how good we were. I'm not sure if we were good. Okay, we got
9%.
70%. Yeah, and then if you go down, you scroll down, then you see also the answers where we failed. Yeah, so the 3 ones were good. They wanted some more. Okay, this is something we could do. This was right. Yes, yes. Now where did we fail? Yes. Here, all of the above instead just a carrot. Yeah, you see, so we should have named some more. For the rest, we were not too bad. Yeah. So the average score is 42%. With 69, we were already good. So what I so I think this is very interesting, even if you meet your communities and just do a quiz with them. Yeah. So this is also on how you can give some more yeah, it might be also good initial beginning of a training or whatever, and you can of course also share with your NGO leaders or nurses or whoever comes for doing trainings. But besides these quizzes, as you see, no, I go back just a second. On the side, the quizzes you find here in the upper part. But here then you have a list of topics, yeah. For example, hygiene, nutrition, mental health, and so on. Learn about Kenya, learn about India, income generation, and build your own business. Let's go to this, build your own business. Here we have materials, the budding social entrepreneur, early business legal considerations, which is very interesting. And I'm not even sure if the group who is now doing the business training, for example, know that. So you could download it for free. It is, if you set up your own business, a very interesting brochure with questions what you should think of and what you should go through. And I give you an idea here. So forming your key alliances, setting business goals, establishing a legal entity, name your enterprise, protect confidential information, gain credibility, fund your venture, make your case. So this is a whole journey. And then you have for every topic questions. Who will own the business? Will the ownership be divided? If so, how? And so on. So all questions that normally every business or future business owner, whether it's now a small chicken farm holder or a big business, they have all started with the same pattern of answering it and to go through. Or for example, I go a little bit here to the launching your business. We could hiring employees, what you should also think about. or developing standard contracts. Marketing is part of it. How do you market it? How do you find funding? Yeah, where you could have you considered all the sources, government grants, associations, union funds, bank and other financial institutions, gift and donation, social impact investors, social impact bonds. And so it gives you, let's say, through the questions or these bullet points, an idea where you can look at and how you could work on it. And these things are real presentation slides on certain topic. This is what normally you find here. So for example, safety, there are also posters, yeah. Safety at schools, a PDF, for example, we could also have shortly a look here. Where you see, for example, there are these posters that partly, I know at GASP I have seen them printed out, and then you could put them in your centers, but also you could use one of them and maybe go through one of the lessons, yeah. So this is what I wanted to share with you regarding this website, this my.makingmorehearts.org. And as I said, everything is free. And if you have to reprint things, you can definitely do that. And we are also working on it, and we will also put more and more resources here. Yeah, and now I come back to you because I was just seeing the screen, and now, okay. Yeah, now, I hope this was useful so far. What I would like to know from you is, yeah, how do you perceive yourself as an ambassador? How would you imagine? I mean, you have started, you are now being involved, knowing that it's something that probably you will not do for the next 30, 40 years. Hopefully you will do it for a long time. How do you imagine to use this time? What would be ideally your outcome once you are not an ambassador anymore? How do you want to develop during this period of being an ambassador? I don't think that your big vision of life is to be forever an MMH ambassador. Maybe a volunteer, yes, but you are all interested to build your life to go ahead. Yeah, some thoughts?
It's a difficult question, but of course, we all have different visions in life. Part of it was to, personally, I would say I really wanted to be part of the journey of helping people, sharing knowledge with people. But of course, I have my own life too, that I want to develop and grow as a person, of course, and raise a family, a happy family. So, and there are things that one needs to achieve that. And personally, as an ambassador, I want to gain as much knowledge as I can, at least learn different skills, of course, learning and passing to people. And at the end of it all, I want to be somebody, you see. I want to be someone that people can look up to. I want to be someone that can raise a happy family. And of course, there are things that I need to do as a person. And you see, I'm saying that, you see, right now we are training people on different aspects of business, different aspects of farming, just to mention a few. But I'm telling myself, of course, I'm getting business knowledge. I'm also passing knowledge about business. I'm training people about farming systems, beekeeping, just to mention a few, and of course, learning at the same time. So I'm asking myself, is it possible that maybe in the near future, as I'm training people to do business, I can also start my own business. As I'm training people to do different farming system, at one point I can have my own, so that in case I'm not an ambassador, people can come in my farm some years later in my home, just see what I'm doing. that in future I don't just visit people to teach them how to do different businesses, but they come in my business enterprise and see what I'm doing physically. And I think that is my vision as a person. And of course, when I have good business, having a good farming system, maybe I start my own organization to help people. Of course, I can generate something out of it and raise a happy family, as I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And you, James?
For me, one thing is just to try and make a difference. I believe transformation is a journey that is very slow. And for me, I want to be part of the journey. I don't want to be like a catalyst where I change people and I don't change. So for me, is I want to be part of the change that is happening, and mostly in growth, changing the perspective of the people, and mostly leaning towards albinism rights and enjoyment of human rights. I tend to be part of the community, not like when people come in, they identify as a white person within a black community. No, I want to be like I gel within the community. I don't feel like there is a difference. So if I want to like uh, right now what we are doing with the rest of the ambassadors that they're trying to join in the meeting is that going to the community, doing some advocacy on albinism, then we train them on different soap making skills and detergents and bleach and fabric softeners. Then from that, the ambassadors start like a seed. Whatever we make, that is their seed, they start selling in the community. And hopefully, personally, I want maybe uh, to create more effect and maybe be able to mobilize people to be able to identify their own problems and be able to come up with a solution. The way like we are able to identify we have this problem, then we don't wait for somebody from outside my community to come and tell us this is the problem. We need to sit down and agree, we move together, and we organically find a solution. For instance, if people are planting trees, that is what like right now is so key. We just don't plant trees. Can we plant maybe fruit trees that we are able to enjoy, the children will be able to enjoy? If we want maybe a public space, can we talk to we don't wait for politicians, we mobilize within ourselves to get those spaces because they are there. I think those are, and also being able to debate and be able to organically, people come with their own policies. I think that is my ambition. Maybe I'm not too political, I don't know. Yes.
No. This is very interesting to see the visions you have. It's fantastic. Yeah. Be it to mobilize, as you said, James, the people to move together, but also to, as you expressed it, Geronimo, so you want to be part of the change that's happening around. You want to contribute. You want to, wherever also make a difference, of course. And this is the probably also what drives you a lot, which is fantastic. And on the other side, of course, also to see your own future, to say, as you said, Hieronymus, I want also to conduct a decent life. I want to have a happy family. I want to use the knowledge even to build up something for my own, for my family, which is totally fine. For you, Hieronymus, it would also have this aspect of using the time the best for yourself. I mean, I have seen a lot of your passion to create the movement to change the perception of people with albinism. For yourself, would you expect, or do you have any expectations while being an ambassador? Where does it lead for? I mean, just having in mind that maybe the ambassador role will not be the role for a whole lifetime. Where do you want, or what do you want to do personally?
Personally, what I want to do is that like I have a passion of urban farming, and there is this something I was trying some time back of BSF, and which basically is so good in the urban centers and especially in informal settlements where we work mostly and where I come from, and whereby we'll be able to use this to the BSF is able to convert the kitchen waste into manure, and you're able to get the protein from larvae to create animal feeds for chicken, for etc. etc. It's so much that I think and yeah, I was doing it some time back then. Things happen, but I'm thinking of remobilizing myself because I live near a market and there is so much wastage of that food and hotels. So we kind of take that. I take that and get the BSF to eat the black soldier fly to eat the remains. From that, I'll be able to sell organic manure from it. I'll be able to sell proteins for feeds because right now feeds for animals is too expensive. And I think that is my biggest dream to do that, because I don't require a lot of space. I only requires a very small space. And yeah, that is personally, that is my personal, it's not from the organization, that is my personal dream.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is
so
should be independent from Core Health and Wells or Positive Exposure or any other NGO. I mean, it should be something that you put up on your own, and you
yes,
also drive in a direction that fits, that is your passion, and that also gives
yes,
you the financial security and safety that you need to, and how big then you drive it. That's totally up to you. But our big vision for the ambassadors would definitely be to empower them at a point that still during the 4 years we need to go,
yes,
or directly afterwards. You could, even better, you still during the last 2 years of the journey, you would already start your small business, so that
yes,
if, for example, it stops one day, I say 4 years because now we have calculated for 4 years. I will come back to this in a second. Of course, for you it might be 5-6 years, but it is important for us that if it changed after 4 or 5 years, you say, and now what? Yeah. Because this is a big frustration, and I think you should also take this ambassador journey now as a huge opportunity. And I have put it here to learn a lot of different things. Yeah, as you said, from urban farming to BSF to basic business skills to different soap making, whatever it is.
yes.
Then, of course, this is your task to share it in the communities, with the communities across the system changer network. But it is also about identifying what is your opportunity. You have a chance now to figure out, as you said, James, oh, I like the BSF. Yeah. I like the urban farming, maybe the hydroponic farming. He's also now our Toby, our social entrepreneur, will come back even for a cricket training. So another small thing that goes in that direction.
Yeah,
But as you know,
I mean, sorry, I was also saying maybe after BSF, because it's easier, then I go to cricket, because I've seen. I went for a training at ISIPE, that is the Institute of Research here, and we were trained on BSF. Then we were to go back after we have succeeded, maybe doing BSF, but Black Soldier Flight. Then we have to go back and train on that other insect. You have called it a cricket, cricket.
If this is is this your interest, your passion? Maybe in the next 2-3 years there are more such kind of trainings with whatever kind of small animals. And then this is a good chance to become an expert and to see what would fit. How could you start, even not having a big let's say, amount of money to set up now a huge farm or whatever. Yeah, and this identify your pivot opportunity during these years and start to implement it to make your own life better. This is likewise important. It is not just about Manuela's coming. Now we are the ambassadors. We like what we do, but once it's finished, I don't know what to do. I really want, especially the and you are the first ambassadors, that they can shine afterwards as well. Yeah. That's and you to for your understanding, I mean, my vision would be after a certain period, so 4 or 5 years, we would then also have another group who have the same chance. Meanwhile, you can really start to still being a trainer in your communities, in your neighborhoods, but independent, let's say, from
mentors.
Exactly. And then we can even see how we still connect you, or if you do certain trainings for the NGO regularly, because more and more ideas will come into that. So basically what we are working on at the moment is this journey of 4 years. The first year is when Making More Health, a System Changer Network alumni are selected. Like you have been selected, you get familiar with a System Changer Network, with the different types of training, how we do it also in this network, the exchange visits, and you should participate. And this is how I launched it in India. I told you I didn't do it in Kenya because you were the first group. So, sometimes while you do things, you learn. In India now, all these ambassadors nominated in the first year have to go through 3 online trainings: basic business skill, basic health skills, and basic digital skills. And they have to do also a small test at the end of this year before they can continue to be, let's say, officially ASEAN ambassadors. This should guarantee a certain quality, of the knowledge of these ambassadors. So now I'm wondering, we have not done this official testing. I would love to do it in the next ASEAN meeting when we meet in person, which means you would get some materials, maybe 10, 20 key messages for health, 20 key messages for basic business, and 20 things digital, where then you could do this test. And then we would also have guaranteed that it will not be too difficult, I can tell you. Yeah, I do not want to scare you, but for example, that you know the difference between, explain shortly the difference between what is what profit means and what is the difference to the general income you create with a business. Yeah, so that you know the difference. Or when it comes to health, can you explain why soap is important to use it daily? Yeah. And then you have a multiple choice and you just put the right answer there. So these quizzes I have shown you might be part of it, but it is nothing where maybe you have to go through 2, 3, 4 times, but then normally you should be able to do it. I mean, you're already ambassadors. Even if you don't make it, I might say, hey, a second chance in 3 weeks. But I definitely want you to go through this kind of basic tests so that I can also give you a certificate at the end. Yeah. And maybe with the company's Timber, you have done it. You have also done a certificate while going through a whole thing. So this is the first year. And the next, I mean, I think also about the next batch, because you are already doing it, but once we nominate new ones in the first year, they would go and learn from the existing ambassadors. You are the first ones. You don't have other ambassadors before, but this means in your 4th year, you will also start to mentor the next group of ambassadors. And if it's 4 years or 5 years, we still need to discuss it and to align with you in January when we meet. But let's say in your last year of being an ambassador, you would start to mentor the new ones. So
Yeah.
in the second year, this is this full year where then as an ambassador alone, yeah, you don't, I mean, you might still have your mentor, but normally you would be now in charge totally to do what you are doing right now, yeah, running the trainings, doing the exchange visits, organize your ambassador group in the network ideally. So this is definitely something where you would live it fully and
Yeah.
also explore many other opportunities. More trainings will come in, and you should start thinking in the second year, what is your passion? Where is your heart beating for? Because then in the following year, the year 3 and 4, these are the years where you should start your own enterprise, your own small business. Yeah, maybe where you
Yeah.
could already start in a certain location, even if it's small, to do the BSF. Yeah, and also
Yes.
to do your business plan, to say where do I do it, who should buy it, what could be the price, what I need in terms of materials, who could run it if I'm not in, or do I run it maybe at my home in my garden? But
Yeah.
the third year should be definitely the preparation year and maybe the first implementation. And the fourth year gives you time to reinforce it, maybe also to get mentorship by our employees, to
Yeah.
find private sponsors if needed, so that you are more stable before in year 4, while you are still a mentor for the others, but then you are slowly fading out. So this is ideally the idea, and I just wanted to hear from you what you think about it. If this is a theoretical, at least, something where you would say, wow, yes, I like it, or would it go totally against your ideas?
Mm, okay. This I'm speaking not from an organizational level. I'm speaking as James.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not the official PE Kenya statement. It's my thinking. Yeah. So I know ambassadors also in the community, they are doing some activity right now, maybe whatever they are doing to sustain themselves. So already you'll find like they're in small businesses, or they're doing some activities that they are also getting income from it. So I was thinking, if going up to that year, that is a too long time. I was thinking if maybe a data could be done of all the 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 ambassador, whatever they are doing right now. Then we like we come up with the like what are the opportunities to engage from whatever they are doing right now in the community, in their own community, so that they people develop slowly. Because 1 year, as theoretically I've said, by the third year, then the fourth year will be fading out. It will be so near.
Okay.
I think I was thinking, if the earlier to work with somebody, so that somebody sees where is the pitfalls, where is the problem, that will be much easier, because you'll be able to work like a network. We learn, because I believe most of us, we are going into business. So if I succeed, you'll be able to learn from each other early. Then maybe somebody tries something, then fails. You find it, you learn before fading out. So it will be a journey, like you're working with somebody. It will not be just, so I don't know how soonest it will happen, but I was thinking that if right now, during the meeting with the heads of the NGOs, we are able to find out everybody to maybe give you the ambassadors that they are working with, where they are at the moment, and maybe the gaps that which are there, that maybe as a network we are able to work together.
Yeah, this is a nice topic even for our meeting. Maybe that we have a separate day where
Yes.
we could look at the gaps and the whole journey and how this would fit and what you would need, because I would like to give you the support that you need. Yeah, as you said, very interesting. Many of you maybe already have started a small business beside the work they do with NGOs.
Yes.
And maybe this is working well, and someone tells me, well, I don't look for something else. This is my main income, and I'm doing this ambassador job just because I like it. This is one
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
But if you say, okay, I try to set up my business because this is what I want to do afterwards and what should make the income of for my life and for my family, but I'm still struggling. I would need ABC. Yeah, might be a training, a mentoring, might be you need I don't know, a 200 euro to buy something. Yeah, not yeah. Can I get also this kind of loan or without interest a loan? So these are things that we should definitely discuss. On one side, we should also discuss, as you said, and this was interesting. So our idea, or my idea, was to start it in year 3. So let's say we are now in year 1. I know some of you are already in year 2 or 3, but let's say we are in year 1. So this would be year 1 or 2. This would mean that from next year onwards, we start to think about that and really to identify the gaps. Yeah. Some of you might say, I have just started. Marcela, now she's telling about fading out. You should not fade out.
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
you, but
Let me
as,
change the one fading out to transition. Transition then. Not
exactly, yeah.
fading out.
It should be this learning journey, and the
Yes.
sooner you start to be on your own feet while still doing or working as an ambassador, the better it is. So because you should be seen also, as Hieronymus said, you're somehow a champion in your community. People look at you, say, look, he has gone through that and now he is making it. So you are role models in many directions, not just because maybe you afterwards have also a small business that you run, but also in terms on how you show the interest in many topics, how you engage even without getting a big salary to do this ambassador work. But it's not just about money. It is
Yes.
about finding your opportunity and getting the support to invest in something that pays off for you for a long lifetime. Yeah, thank you. So work in the SCN meeting in end of January, probably we will meet again. I will schedule a 1 day where we just talk about, future of ambassadors, your businesses that maybe you run, the gaps you see, what you would need in these next years as a support. How can you, others might say, oh, I still need to identify what is my direction. Then also a topic might come up, how can you start it in parallel? Yeah, maybe having even other things to do. But for example, if you have a gap in knowledge, whatever it might be, then we can find ways maybe to fill it and to give you all the best. And if someone says, I'm fine, I have another business, then you can maybe also bring in a lot of information, how it works and why it works and how you do, which could help others. So, but we have some more people here in the room. I'm not sure if you have heard now the whole discussion, probably not. We have recorded it. I'm just really encouraging you to have a look at the whole session. We talked about definitely our how to get access to the main documents, but also we discussed a platform called mymakingmorehealth.org, where are quizzes that maybe you should also have a look at. A lot of materials you can use in your training sessions. I will keep you also informed about the test that is needed when we meet in January, because we want to formalize it a little bit into a certain quality level of ambassadors. It should be different from just being nominated. So don't be scared. Don't have sleepless nights. You will get a small package, multiple choice quizzes Might be partly even these quizzes in the platform, where then we will just take 10 questions out of it and you should be able to answer, let's say 7. Yeah, so from basic business skills, basic hygiene and health, and basic digital skills, because I want to ensure that we have ambassadors, and I know probably many of these questions you can already answer, but it is a basic program for all ambassadors in wherever country we start this kind of ambassador SCN network. You know, we have launched it in India. We will launch it also next year in another place, probably in US or in Europe, in a part where people also have a lot of issues, maybe not so much in the direction you see in your countries, but we have a lot of people who are homeless, migrants, mutilation issues, inclusion issues, mental health issues. So even in our countries, and therefore all the ambassadors, when they get a certificate at the end, should also have a certain quality, and also with a certificate that should help you because it has some value. Yeah, and before I come to an end, the hour is running. I would just like to say hi to Sharuma, Mercy, and also to our other guests. Stella is with us. Maybe you just say a few words how things are going before we come to an end, and then I will also schedule a next session by end of August, beginning of September. Yeah, and maybe also tell me the topic we should discuss by then. Should we do a kind of information sharing, whatever it is? Share the project. Yeah. Last round. Who wants to share and come up with a topic for the next session? Hieronymus, where are you? The others are all mute. I cannot hear you. You have to unmute your micro.
I can see some of the PE ambassadors, Marceline and Judy. Unmute your mics and talk.
Yeah, Judy's there as well, right? Mercy.
Yes, now talk.
Okay,
Marceline.
hi everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
we are fine.
Yeah,
What?
I'm Marceline Charuma. I'm Marceline Charuma, Ambassador PA Kenya. Thank you for this
Great,
opportunity.
fantastic.
Let's work together.
Any special topic you would love to discuss? Any information request in our next session? Would you like to hear from others what they're doing? A training? What is it?
Okay, what I would like to hear from others, how to handle the community, communication skills, businesses, how to boost them. I'll be glad.
Okay. So
Yeah.
communication skills or skills in general to boost your community work, right?
Yeah.
How would you define, what are your biggest challenges?
Okay, you can go somewhere. Okay, you can go in some communities. They want you to talk in their language, which is sometimes you don't know. If you speak in English or Kiswahili, some of them, they'll not get you. So to handle such, you find it's somehow difficult a bit. Yeah.
Why do you think they talk then in their own language and not in Swahili or English? Is it because they are not able to talk in Swahili, or are there other reasons?
Okay, some they're elderly, so they cannot talk in Kiswahili or English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how to make them stand on their own.
Yeah, we can do a little bit of exchange. I mean, I don't have the solution for everything. You are on the ground, yeah, but what I can do, I can give you some ideas how we are trained in business and in the big world, or in the big business world, let's say. But then it should be maybe also an exchange from you to each other, how you handle that. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
Mercy.
Thank
Someone
you so
else who wants.
much.
Thanks to you, and many greetings to everyone there. It's someone else who wants to share a topic idea for the next meetings. Maybe Sella. Not sure if she can. Charlene is there, but I know you have them. Yeah, Sella.
Hello, ambassadors. How are you? Sorry
We
for
are
joining.
fine.
It's like I forgot. So when I just opened my phone, I found, you see, we have demonstrations over in Kenya, and wherever I am, it is very bad. People are shouting. It is tear gas, police everywhere. So it is not very easy. That's why maybe the challenge of joining earlier was. Just to give a brief of what we have been doing, I think on my end, on our poultry and pigs project that we are running in Siaya, in Bondo, I have currently reached out. We have a group of two. We have two groups, one with 17 and another one with 15. These people are being taken through economic empowerment. We have the table banking running up. We also they take on how to keep and manage poultry and pigs. This is a project that we are expecting to reach a very big number in the community in Sia, now that most of our projects are in Homa Bay. And in that, people are positive about everything. I think language barrier is there because if we cannot speak in Luo, in Kiswahili or English, at least we do it in Luo over here. And our sisters from other communities that don't get Luo, at least we have Swahili and English. And then whenever we are doing this, like my last training, our last meeting training with these women was yesterday. So we had our meeting yesterday. They also have the borrowing and returning of the money with the profit and etc. Some of the challenges that we are getting is one is I do for them the training, but again, at times it is good to have a different figure facing them with a different training. Like if I am to do on the management of poultry and pigs, then there's somebody to come with maybe financial literacy, and then someone to come with the mental health. You see, different facilitators comes with different courses and then give different ideas. So I've been trying to reach out to other young women because we are giving the first of women this project, and others group. The second group is having youth.
Can you mute your micro just for a sec? Then we come back to you, Tefai.
Fine. How are you?
Fine. Sella was just talking. Maybe I come back to you in a second. Just let's finish, Sella.
Okay.
So we were taking the youth. The first group was for women, basically the one that we had yesterday. But now we are also taking youth and young women into agriculture, and we have secured we have leased some land where we're going to do agriculture and horticulture. Basically, we are going to do African leafy vegetables that from this, everybody will be in a position to earn from there. Manuela, I want to put it clearly that I also have an individual project on poultry and pigs that it's running as mine, apart from the WAWA project. And this one is also giving me that energy and self-esteem to face my mentees, to show them that if I can do, then they can also do. You see, it is always good to preach what you do. So that is one of the things that we are doing here to ensure that everybody is economically empowered. So with the challenges, it's sometimes I need to do the reports, but you see, there is a network fluctuation. There is this most of them do not know, they are not into digital world, so you have to take them through on how to make their reports and record keeping and that. But so far people are embracing working together as a community, and our motto is always to ensure that the other person is also capable like you to maintain peace. I'm having one challenge with when it comes to mental health. There is this program that Nani was to run. The guy that took us through mental health in Webuye is called
Marcus Radio.
Marcus. Yes, Marcus. I did this application, but I never got a response, a positive response or not. So I don't know if the training is on or the training is out, because you see
The
most
training
of
will start soon.
okay. So I have
And
never gotten.
we focus on 3 NGOs.
Yes.
And I think it's Webuye, it's Homer Bay, and Positive Exposure, if I'm not wrong. But I have to
Okay.
check that, yeah. So we will
Yes.
come back to you, because in August the online training modules will start for this cultural house project.
Okay.
And then he will also be in November, when we have 2 leadership weeks in Webuye. He
Okay.
afterwards will also call the ambassadors from the respective NGOs to come together, because he then does also a 1 or 2 day practical training, and then you can start to set it up. So this will definitely come, Salah.
Yes.
If you have been selected, if you had the intro call also in May, I think,
Okay.
with him, did you? So I have to
Okay.
check that, but I will write it in my email, who is now in this culture, which NGO has been selected
Okay.
to be part of the first cultural house trainings. Yeah, we will do it next year even for more NGOs, but we start now with 3. But I have to find the paper which NGOs it was. So, and
Okay.
yeah, I
So
will have
this
a
is
call still this week with him to now prepare in details. We have already developed the program and the modules, and he has already found the trainers. It's just about giving you then also the dates and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, thank
okay.
you.
Oh,
So,
see,
but
Nana,
interesting.
excuse-
Maybe also what could be even the mental health issue for U.S. ambassadors being part of it. It's also something, maybe not as a topic to be discussed. But when you mention, Sella, your poultry business, I'm very happy to hear that, because it's exactly would fit into this workshop planning. You doing already something where could you need help to make it even more sustainable in the next year, so that you have your good foundation for everything. And what can you maybe share with other ambassadors, and what would you need, what would I maybe need to bring in with other trainers to help you, that after the ambassador time you become a person who can make a very nice, not a nice, but a good life. You have the basics to go ahead. Yeah. Shiva, you joined late today. We started 1 hour before. What I did record the session. And I think it was an important session, because we discussed on one side where to find very practically all the documents, where also, for example, the ambassador journey then will be described. So I will send you the link and the credentials that you can go there if you don't have them already. Secondly, we talked about a platform called my.makingmorehealth.org, which is a platform with a lot of materials for free, with quizzes, with materials, posters, flyers, for everyone, downloadable for free. Where also maybe some poster that you have in your centers, you can renew them, but there's a lot of training material idea that you can of course also use when you go to the communities. For example, you could just do a quiz with them, which is normally always a fun if you make it in a competitive way. In small group, they have to gain points. So definitely have a look at it, and I send it via email, but I put also the basic information into our WhatsApp group, so that you have all the links. And lastly, we have spoken about the ambassador journey. So all of you will not be MMH ambassadors or SCN ambassadors for a lifetime. You might support our system changer network for many, many decades, but it is not a thing where you can live from. I mean, it is a phase, it is years where you can get a lot of learnings, where you can also get a lot of teaching qualities, where you meet unusual solutions where you identify for yourself, where is your passion? Is it with the animals? Is it with farming? Is it with setting up something in the health sector or the cultural houses? And how can you make money out of it? Yeah, how can you? And then so we talked about these 4 years. You will see it when you look at the recording, how we envision the role. I think a very nice outcome was also that exactly this is something that we should do in a one-day workshop in the next on-site system change and network meeting end of January, because I would like to have you as a group together, that we really go deeper into it, see where you are, what you need, what you can share. And I was just asking for the next topic, so I will send you also an invite for end of August, beginning of September for the next 1 hour session. And one topic that came up was Mercy said communication skills to boost the community work. Where is the communication issues, your practices? How do you communicate to them? How often? In which way? Which might be some basic communication skills that we use also in our international business world that maybe you can also translate. Is there any other topic from your side where you say this could be also an alternative, Jeffai?
Right away, I may not be able to give you just that, but first of all, I would like to go through what you will send me, what you have discussed, so that I can make an addition. I can make some observation, either to add or subtract or do whatever. But
Okay.
may you first of all allow me to apologize for coming in late. Because I had some challenges, some power challenges here. We have an outage, but I managed, though late, to come in. So let me first of all go through what you would have, what you have discussed on your side. Then that is probably the best time for me to make a contribution.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I must also applaud that is Selah, for that is the part I got. I must applaud her for coming out boldly to make sure that she's above the line for her to make some meaning in what she's doing, because most of us, or most of the time, we've only been talking about, we have only been making stories which are not actually, which don't really carry a lot of water. But if we shall remain on the forefront, leading from the front, then we shall make more impact to our people. So therefore, I will encourage her and all of us to come out strongly and make sure that we have something to show, something to take care of ourselves first before we go to preach to the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Trevor.
I
Yeah.
think briefly, that will be my take up to this at this point in time, as I await for your communication. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, we will take that up, and I'm happy that we also think in the same directions. Let's say, yeah. I see this level of helping or sharing experiences, how we do our daily work, but then also this level of how can you not just be a model in your community, but also be successful yourself, and to create the basics now that you can make a life. Besides the whole thing that you do with the NGOs, which is fantastic, yeah?
Yeah. Can I also make a suggestion now that being an ambassador for 4 years to me, it appears too long a time. You know, having been in the system all this time, and I would suggest 2 years will suffice. 4 years is too long a time, because the world is big. We have so many people who requires so many things. And if, for example, I'm released after 2 years for having made my contribution here, and I go out, I start going out after the 2 years to make my mark, I think I feel it will be better than giving us 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. The situation differs because now, Tefa, I think you are already with us 2 years at least, if not 3, right from the beginning. And we have introduced standards now. So the nomination process, there should be a nomination process. There should be some quality measurement in the first year. The new ambassadors should take place in certain trainings first before they reach out very actively. And then I think maybe it has to be also flexible. Yeah, maybe people can fade out after, because this first year I would not even count it because it's a preparation year for the next batch. But then maybe someone can fade out after 2 years. Some other people fade out after 3 years. Yeah. Plus this is introduction year, which for you now does not count because we have started in a different way. But these are also topics that maybe we could discuss better if we are together and we have an overview where you stand, how you feel, what you need. And I can imagine, according to the business and also the advances you have made so far, you might say, oh, I would like to have another year because I would like to have more knowledge and support and mentoring. And others would say, no, it's good if I fade out because my business is flowing, and then you should go for your business because this is, I want to see you independent and on your own feet at the end. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Still being a contributor of and sharing knowledge with the society around, of course. Yeah, I hope you are not becoming egocentric then. But I mean, business is business. Life needs money, but this does, of course, also include that you can and you should stay a role model in the company and in your not in the company, a role model in your neighborhood, and people might see in you a big mentor as well. Yeah, and you could also maybe continue to do certain trainings for the center if the NGO says we don't have anyone who's doing these trainings. Then of course, yeah. But let's then talk about it. Okay, at this point, I think we have to stop. We are already over time. So what you will get is an email with a recorded video. Yeah, so it's a link. I will upload it to YouTube in a private way, so just you can have a look at it. And all the other credentials for the materials and so on, the next invitation. And then I will also put it on WhatsApp. Maybe then your comments, your additions, your thoughts, maybe we can do it on WhatsApp, which is the easiest way, and not sending it to me personally. And then, yeah, let's do the discussions and additions in WhatsApp, but you will get your personal email, or I will send it to the group with all the results and information I have given today and the discussion and nice contributions I had from your side. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Thank you so much. And many greetings to the people around, to your bosses, to your wives, to your husbands, whoever it is, to your friends. And we stay in touch. Yeah. Anyhow,
God
talk
bless.
again latest end of August. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
for joining.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Very much welcome.